We are back with part 3 of our XK140 restoration. We are going to start by looking over what we're going to do here, but the main thing is we have a very disgusting frame, and we have very disgusting under panels here that need to be cleaned up. They are full of cobwebs and flaking rust and flaking undercoating. So we're going to clean this all down, get this off. The new owner wants it looking as fresh as humanly possible here. I have no idea how long this is going to take, but I'm sure at the end of this video I will say how long it took just to do basically this rear section. And then I kind of try to do it in sections here to make it a little easier, and we want to get the rear end done because having wheels on a car is a good thing. So that way we can actually roll it away. I have my tools on the right here, wire wheel. This just rips off undercoating. Now I'm going to go set up so that way I don't get debris everywhere. Let's get to it. I got setup complete, covered that up, don't want any dust getting there, covered the front end of this up, some brush tools here, crowbar, hand scraper. The wire wheel here. This just grinds down undercoating. Another one of the same tools. This one's a little bit more abrasive. I'm gonna try to avoid this one. I think for this, we're just gonna start on this frame and work our way over that way. It's really not bad though. I mean, this should just flake right off. Get a little more detailed here in the frame. So you can see the cobwebs. That's so joyous. Right here, we're gonna scrape this all down here. This is, it's just not great. It's gonna look really fresh, and I'm excited to make it look the way it should. We got this, I had to figure this out. That's just a question mark here. You're not seeing too much. Let's move this view. Clean this up, paint it, get these mud daubers nest out of here. Those can go away. Here in the wheel well, down this side of the frame, and we'll get this finished up. Let's talk about what it takes to do this. I mean, this is where the diff obviously goes for the rear end differential piece. So this obviously goes here, and the seal is bad. Slinging decades of mud and dirt and oil everywhere right here. So now it's just coming off in huge flakes, which is disgusting. This stuff is on there hard. Wow. It's way worse than I thought it was gonna be. All right, well, this tool's a bust. This stuff is way too hard on there, so we're gonna switch tools. The wire wheel of death is next. I'm gonna need 2 hands for this one. Let's focus on one area with this. Let's look at it before. Scaly, rusty, ugly. Let's see what the wire wheel can do for us. My hair's looking great. I didn't have a mask on. It was getting way too dusty in here. We scraped down this part of the frame with the wire wheel of the death machine. And you can see all the pores in the metal. The metal is real bad. So I'm really going to spend even more time than I thought I was going to have to. But that's fine. A little bit of dedication goes a long way. I have the gloves that were sitting over there.
I know nothing. You don't need gloves.
I just took about a 2-hour break and also had a meeting because we just bought a new car, which you'll see in a later video. I'm quite ecstatic about that. Really great piece. So hopefully soon we will show you that car, but we got to get back on this Jaguar. Ton of stuff to do on it. And it's a little bit harder to do than I thought it was going to be. So I got my mask on. That helps a lot. You can see some of this I scraped down and everything like that. I'm gonna just have to keep going. This is just gonna take some hard work, time, a little bit more hard work, and a little bit more time. Let's get back at it. I'm covered in crap. This is a lot better. Up here, this was just black all the way down here. So making some serious project. What am I saying? Progress. It is a serious project, but we're making serious progress on the project. Here, this stuff is, it's just brutal. And it's just dirty. It's just covered everywhere. It just won't stop. Okay. I think you get the point. We'll just keep going and going and going and going. I mean, like, look at this. This scaly, rusty frame. And it's not like it's even that bad. I found no holes or structural compromises anywhere here. I'm gonna have to go back to, like, the vacuum again here. So we're gonna have to keep going on this. More progress has been made. Like I said, we're not doing a full frame off restoration here. We're doing a refresh. We can re-undercoat in here like they did before. I can clean some of it up. I'm gonna continue to clean it up, get that stuff out of here. Clean this up, cover this down, wipe it off. We got this. I gotta remove some lines here still. This is coming about a lot better this way, this side with the frame here. Lots of goop here. I'm gonna hit it with some other cleaner real quick. See how that looks. And when this is off, I'll re-scrape this down again. This is going to be undercoated as it was before, as it was here, and this is going to be sort of a semi-gloss or very, very low gloss. I get to move on to trying to scrape this off too. You know, we don't want chunks. You don't want chunks like this when you paint, because when you paint, or you undercoat, I should say, unless you do it thickly, which I'm not trying to do it really thick because it looks dumb. I'm trying to make it look smooth, go for a nice look. So this is coming along okay, but you know, after about 6 hours of this, you gotta keep going. It's probably gonna take another 6, 8, 10 hours, whatever it is. There we go. Wow. Man. So I recorded a bunch of stuff. When I recorded the stuff, I got really frustrated. Stopped recording. And now we're gonna show you what has happened, because a lot of progress has happened. Come on down, Gene. Okay, we probably need a flashlight somewhere. Look at that, Milwaukee. So a bunch of things have happened. We can see a beautiful frame before. That has all been stripped down and painted now, primed. Back here, you can see the work that we've done. I'm not finished on this side. You'll have to see this. We cleaned up the fuel line here. Before, after. Before, after. New filter, new rubber hoses, new clamps. Clean, the frame is cleaner. Looks 20 times better than it was before. We'll come right here. New fuel pump, new line.
This is just one of the fuel lines out of that XK. I mean, rubber's supposed to be soft.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Clean that line, installed, all beautiful now. The gas tank has been painted. It works good, it's clean. It's gonna do the job well. The frame here, cleaned up, done. Undercoated nicely up there. There you go. I have new bump stops, they're just not here yet. That's done. Made a lot of progress. Another thing that happened is, right here, spare tire carrier. In order to put this tank in, you have to remove this tire carrier because I don't want to scratch the beautiful tank I just spent like 9 hours doing. We're gonna push it back in, bolt it back up, and I'm gonna wipe the tire carrier off again. The oil pan, which we will show David, has been stripped down. A new gasket has been put on. And it has been painted. It looks good. I'm much happier with that now. Is that where we were in the video? You don't remember at all? Damn, that doesn't help. And then we did this oil filter housing conversion. So this now has a spin-on filter. David, what's wrong?
My modification didn't work.
Well, it did work, but that's the oil filter housing. Puking oil out. How nice. Small problem. So now it's not sealing rounded on the lid anymore on the top.
Ideally, what I would do, just to like forget about it, is weld a cap over that. And then it can't leak. The way that it is from factory is this reverse bolt, whatever, goes all the way through, and then as you thread in the filter housing, it pulls it down into a rubber seat. That was destroyed because of how old it was. I tried replacing it with a brush washer, and I hoped that that would seat in there, but it's so porous and awful, I guess it just doesn't. My ideal fix would just be to weld aluminum over that and like cap it. That thing never needs to be removed again unless the housing goes bad somehow.
So essentially we can't start the car. Well, back to wires you go. Nope.
Don't see any leaks. No seepage either.
I think you're good.
Yeah, I think you made it, man. Yeah,
Yep.
Cool.
you did good.
I'm gonna take my trip to St. Pete right now. And
Great success. This is the new filter housing. So this basically means you can take a normal removal tool and just spin this off instead of a spin-on filter. Before it had a cartridge filter. Essentially you took off this big piece, which I have in this box over here. This is the original filter. This is the filter housing. That's the filter. You'd take this out, and there's a spring in there. Who has a spring for the oil filter? All right, we get it. It's old, 1957, I understand. Technology changes. Anyway, so now you can just go and get a Toyota filter anywhere or any filter. So this is the conversion. We're going to keep this because it is original. You should keep your original parts. I did this for ease of usability. I want the new owner to have usability. I want him not to have to fight. I want him not to have to buy a $37 filter for no reason. And then also this creates a hell of a lot less mess. That was like a $200 conversion. You're welcome, the owner. This was the replacement new filter, which I guess he can have that too. You're welcome again. But you're never going to use it because there's a conversion now. This is the rest of the beautiful carburetors. You can see it. This is what's going to go on top of the carburetors, plungers. Fuel. That's how it works. It's going to look quite nice. This is a fuel line that we had vapor honed to perfection. Looks beautiful. Air blows beautifully through this now. Works with ease. You do not want clogged fuel. If you do that, your carburetors aren't going to work for shit. So that means you have to make this work. So there's another piece, but you also don't have to vapor home them. We did that because the car is quite nice. We want to show it at its best light. So let's put down the lift and show you the installed carburetors. Come on in. This is for the oil pressure line. So this is what it is. We also had this vapor honed and clean. That way it looks shiny. We want it to look as good as possible. We're not going to do all this work and not do some extra mile stuff here. This is an oil flex line. A new one. Again, get it new. We want to make sure it works. We want to make sure it doesn't leak. The old one was crusty. That was quite bad. This, when the carburetors are all hooked up, which Dana can come on over here, carburetors right here. So those tops that we showed you, they go right here. Right on down there. Look how shiny they are. This is that type of thing. David spent probably an hour trying to get the old gasket material off. The car sat for a decade, and whoever put this gasket material on, right here in between this manifold and the actual carburetor, these are the linkage, but the gasket that was on here, somebody put RTV, super glue, or something. We presume super glue, and then they put the gasket on. Okay, by the way, that's unnecessary. You don't have to do that. Don't do that. So he spent all that time doing it. We have new spacers here. We have the new gaskets on both ends of it. Fresh, clean, perfect. He then had to spend an hour cleaning all of the gasket material off, which this is some of it. So we're going to have to clean that too as well. We'll blow it all out. And I also have to take the radiator out, new coil, and all the spark plug wires and all the spark plugs and do all this. Everything in these carburetors has been cleaned, removed, everything done up. New gaskets in. They're SU carburetors, dual SU carbs. They're actually quite simple at the end of the day to work on. And you can also buy a little sort of instruction guide on how to work on them. Go back to this hose here. This is a hard line. It goes down at the bottom here, down here. So both of these, it goes back carburetor, front carburetor. Front carb is here, front of the engine. This is the new fuel line we had to run with a filter up here. We chose to put, I think we're doing 2 or 3 filters in here. Again, we're going through the motions to make sure everything is good with the tank. We want to have no clogs. We want to keep our carburation clean. I don't want to have any issues for later on. So we are going to continue to trash these $1.17 filters. Maybe we won't even trash them, but they are going to get filled up. I want to see if they're clear. Also, when the car runs, this filter is going to be hooked up with another rubber hose to this bit, and I want to make sure that no bad fuel is getting in there and also getting the carbs. So that's why we did this exercise. Another thing is it's going to be close. So we can basically, when this is on and there's just a little air filter bit, we're going to be able to see exactly what it is with ease instead of having to go underneath the car and look every 5 seconds. We have some springs. They're fine. No need to replace them. They're doing their job just fine. You can kind of see this. These go in here. That's how they attach. You can see the little holes. These holes allow fuel to go through. There's a fuel hole in there. So that is how it feeds fuel into the carburetors. We have a box full of new rubber hoses going on. This is the old and busted radiator. Look at this old and busted radiator. See this? A new beautiful radiator. Aluminum. Means it's going to cool nicely. And
Whoa. You gotta pronounce it right.
Aluminium radiator. Aluminium because it's British. Oh, so top gear. But we do not like this. This is bad. I don't like the way it looks. It looks busted in general. I have new exhaust manifolds for it too. We're going to have to show that in the next video because we've done a lot here and we just want to hear it run. Go to the next part video when we get there. So we have these exhaust manifolds. These ones look terrible. Come on, look over these things. They are not wonderful. They're porcelain. We have also a new dress-up kit. The dress-up kit includes all new bolts and studs, which look shiny. With this process, this is part 3 of the video. Please follow us to part 4. If you like them, please like, subscribe. Tell me what I'm doing bad. Tell me what I'm doing good. Tell me if you even like old Jaguars. I love old Jaguars. They are a passion. They're very frustrating. They're very beautiful. The end result is going to be fantastic. Going down this process, I almost would rather buy a car like this, or you get to go along through the process, pick certain things that he likes or that I like or that is better for the car, because this car is going to have all these nice modern upgrades to make it a great piece that you actually want to get in, turn the key and drive with reliability. So this is a little part of it that we like. I enjoy showing some of the behind the scenes of our life. It's not just buying and selling. There are hardships. There are wonderful things that happen. There are fantastic clients, just like the gentleman that bought this car. He's a fantastic gentleman, and he makes this car and this experience all the better. The enthusiasm that some of our clients have actually helps our job, helps somebody like David, helps Robert, the Bearded Wonder. It helps fuel us. It just makes the job even better. I enjoy seeing people happy. I enjoy people making new memories in this car. This car has been making memories for people since 1957. I want you to think about that. Since 1957, people have gone in this car. Good things, bad things, funny things, whatever it is. And so many memories have happened. I love to see it. Please keep following along with us. I enjoy it, and thank you very much for watching. It took way longer than I thought it was going to be. Way, way, way longer, okay?
Okay.
Start.
Hey.
Yeah, how about you do it? The frame took 10 times longer than I thought it was gonna be. 20, 25 hours, whatever it is. I'm frustrated that it took so long. We're not even done. We're like 95%. I gotta lay paint on this side. It'll be done next. Part 3 has been great.